I discovered Monstervision probably 97, 98. I just remember landing on this channel and seeing a horror movie, and I was like, oh great, you know, something to watch on a Friday or Saturday night. And then this guy popped up and just started talking about the movie in between commercials, and I thought, what is this? And I just got hooked after that. I would check the local listings every week to see what movies were going to be played and make sure I tuned in when I could. My first impression of Joe Bob was that this guy knows his stuff. He knows these movies, he's done his homework, he's done his research, and he can really talk to anything about the movie, not just the movie itself, but the cinematography or the director, and he knows everything. And it was just so wild to see this dichotomy of this kind of bum, if you will, I don't know what else to call him, but with this person who knows all this stuff about the movies. And it was actually, I think, was what made his character so great, because on the surface he was one thing, but when you actually watched him, he was a totally other persona. So I've had the idea to do a Monstervision shirt for years. It's always been on the back burner. I've always thought it would be so cool to do a shirt based on Joe Bob and the show Monstervision. And then one of our artists, Justin Osbourn, completely unrelated to that, messaged me one day. He said, hey, have you ever thought about doing a Monstervision shirt? I thought, yeah, it's actually something I've been wanting to do forever. It's just a matter of timing, and can we get his permission, and who do we have to go through to make it happen? So once he and I started discussing it, I started researching it a little bit more, and I finally was able to get in touch with him and found out that he would allow us to do it and that he owned the name. So that's when it really started rolling, and we decided to finally do it. During our discussions with Joe Bob about the shirt, I also asked him about the possibility of him coming up to introduce a film for our monthly screening series called Saturday Night Rewind. We work with a local theater where we show a movie every month, and I thought it would be really cool to do like a live Monstervision presentation with him in attendance, and he thought it was really cool.
Hey, I'm Joe Bob Briggs. It's time for Saturday Night Rewind, so shut up.
The movie we decided to show was The Warriors, because Joe Bob already had a really well-researched introduction for it, and it was great because he talked so long about the New York subway system and how the movie relates to, I think it was like Greek mythology and all this stuff. It was crazy and really well informed. The trailer set actually just came about in our meetings with Saturday Night Rewind, and as we discussed this idea of it being Monstervision Live, I just started thinking, oh, we need to have the lawn chair, we need to have the TV, we need to have the trailer. And in my mind, all I could keep picturing was this stage in front of the theater with the movie showing in the background and him sitting there. And originally I wanted to cut from the movie to him talking as if it were a commercial break. But we knew even with 35mm that was going to be a lot harder to do, especially considering the trailer that we built took up half the screen when it was put up. So that was going to be hard. But what we ended up doing was building the trailer, putting it on the stage, having him come out of the trailer, do his intro from his seat, and then we took the trailer down, showed the movie, put it back up after the movie, and he and I sat on stage and did a Q&A. And I honestly thought that was the best way to go. When I heard that Shudder was going to be reviving Joe Bob and bringing him back for a new show called LAST DRIVE-IN, I thought it was brilliant. And to see him come back for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and now to have it be a regular series, it's so wonderful to see this person and his idea come to light 20 years after it was canceled. And after all this time has passed, how many people still want to see him sit there and talk about movies? Before, we would have never gotten him to revive his role and reprise it as Joe Bob. I mean, we would have been stuck watching YouTube videos of his old stuff. Now we've got brand new stuff, and it's better than ever. So to have this whole new chapter of his career, and again, to be a part of Shudder and all of these things, it's so great as a fan to witness and be a part of, just to be able to watch it again. And I can't wait to tune in to the new show, because it's going to be on a Friday night, and I'm just going to be tuning in like I was 20 years ago by myself in, you know, my room, just watching a movie with Joe Bob again.